The morning after the mansion attack, Marco made his move. Across every news station, every gossip blog, every trending page, his voice rang out in a leaked interview. Adrian Knight isn't a hero. He's a criminal. He laundered millions. He built his empire on lies. And Isabella? She's nothing but his accomplice. The world listened. Investors pulled out. Adrian's company stocks collapsed overnight. Protesters camped outside his building. His name, once gold, was now ashes in the dirt. Adrian didn't fight the press. He couldn't. The evidence Marco released was ironclad. He had played dirty, and now the past came back to burn him alive. But what cut deepest wasn't the empire falling. It was seeing Isabella dragged down with him. Isabella's guilt. Isabella hadn't slept since the attack. Her hands wouldn't stop trembling. She saw blood every time she closed her eyes. She killed a man, and the world didn't care that it was self-defense. The headlines only screamed, Isabella Rivera murder? Hollywood starlet's dark secret. Her career was over. Her reputation shattered. And Marco's smirk haunted her every thought. One night, she stared at herself in the mirror, mascara running from hours of tears. "Who am I anymore?" she whispered. Adrian appeared behind her, his reflection broken like hers. "You're mine," he said, voice low and raw. "And I'll burn the world before I let them take you." But in her heart, Isabella wondered if being his meant losing herself completely. Vanessa's final blow. Vanessa wasn't done. She wanted Adrian to bleed not just in business, but in love. She arranged a media ambush. A fake interview with Isabella, promising her a chance to defend herself, turned into a setup. Screens lit up with secret recordings. Isabella in Marco's bed months ago, whispering words of regret, of longing. The video went viral within hours. Fans gasped. Haters roared. Adrian saw it, and his heart shattered. The confrontation. That night, Adrian confronted Isabella in the ruins of his penthouse. "You told me Marco meant nothing," Adrian said, his voice shaking with rage. Tears spilled down her cheeks. "It was a mistake. I was broken. I needed." "You needed him?" Adrian roared, smashing a glass against the wall. "While I was fighting for us, you were in his arms?" Her sobs broke the silence. "I love you, Adrian. I always have. But I'm drowning. And sometimes I hate you for what you've made me." For the first time, Adrian had no words, just silence. Heavy, deadly silence. The betrayal. As if on cue, Marco stepped from the shadows of the doorway, clapping slowly. Beautiful performance. But it's over now. Behind him, police stormed in, armed with warrants, ready to drag Adrian away. Isabella gasped, turning on Marco. "What have you done?" Marco smiled, the devil in human form. "Exactly what I promised. I've destroyed him. And now you're mine." Adrian was handcuffed, dragged away as Isabella screamed his name. The love story was in ashes. And from those ashes, only fire remained. High Voltage Part 9 ends here, with Adrian arrested, Isabella broken, and Marco standing victorious. Part 10, Fire and Forever. Adrian in chains. Prison was supposed to break him, but Adrian Knight didn't break. He sat in the darkness, silent, waiting. Because love, twisted, broken, toxic love, still burned in his veins. And he wasn't done. Isabella's choice. Isabella faced the hardest decision of her life. Marco dangled safety, power, and freedom in front of her. "Be with me," he whispered, "and I'll make this all disappear. Your career, your name, your life, I'll give it all back." But when she closed her eyes, she didn't see Marco. She saw Adrian. Angry, flawed, destructive, but the only man who had ever truly owned her heart. She walked away from Marco. And in that moment, she signed her death warrant. Vanessa's endgame. While Marco played his chess, Vanessa had already prepared her checkmate. She had evidence, real evidence, tying Marco to the shooting, the blackmail, the leaks. She was done sharing her toys. One night, at a lavish gala, Vanessa struck. Screens across the ballroom lit up with Marco's crimes. FBI agents stormed in, cuffing him in front of the world. As Marco was dragged away, his eyes locked with Isabella's. "This isn't over," he hissed. But for him, it was Adrian's redemption. With Marco gone and Vanessa exposed, Adrian's lawyer struck back. Evidence surfaced. Adrian wasn't the monster Marco painted him to be. Yes, he made mistakes. Yes, his empire was dirty. But Marco's lies had twisted the truth beyond recognition. Weeks later, Adrian walked free. And the first person waiting outside the gates was Isabella. The final fire. They didn't speak. They didn't need to. Their eyes locked, and years of betrayal, heartbreak, passion, and destruction came rushing back. She whispered, "We're poison, Adrian. We'll destroy each other." He cupped her face, his voice low. "Then let's burn together." Their kiss was the kind that ended wars and started new ones. A kiss that said they would never escape each other, no matter how much blood, guilt, or pain it cost. Epilogue: forever in flames. Months later, the world had moved on. New scandals replaced old ones. But Adrian and Isabella remained, scarred, broken, yet bound by something deeper than love. Not peace, not forgiveness, but fire. Because some love stories don't end in happily ever after. They end in ashes and forever flames. Subscribe for the last part.